So let's take a quick tour of the tools we use to explore our iModel. The way we get to the tools is we go on iModelConsole.bentley.com and we'll get a prompt for a login over here, but I've already logged in. Once I log into the iModel Hub, it shows me the screen of all the tips. So these are some quick tips, some features of the console if you want to explore them. And for now, we'll just dismiss this. And then you get a list of all your projects. From there, you'll select the project you need. In this case, it's the Smart House. So we'll get on that. Once we pop that open, we'll get to see our iModel, which iModel we want to pick. So in this case, there's only one, Smart House. And then we get a list of change sets. These change sets are the series of changes that were pushed to get the iModel to its latest state. And the ones you see listed here are the named versions, which are kind of like checkpoints within the iModel when there's a major change that's been made. And this is something you can explicitly create in the iModel Hub. So what we do is we'll just go with the latest one, which is the one on top in this case, to get our latest data. And at this point, we are ready to start writing some queries. Now, we already wrote some queries where we did some select star, the smart devices, but there are also some hot queries that you can use if you don't know where to start when you explore an iModel. And the way you get to those is you do .ec_SQL. And these are some queries that help understand how the data is structured within your iModel. So an example is, let's open this schemas query. So this gives me some of the properties of the different schemas within our iModel. And I can copy this, and if I want to modify it, let's say I want the EC instance ID of these schemas as well. I can modify that, and it gives me that extra property. And let's say I want to modify it further. Let's say I don't want these properties. I just want to keep it to the alias, the name, and the EC instance ID. In that case, what I do is I can just press up to get the previous query, and this is a very commonly used feature. And then I can start deleting and modifying my queries. So in this case, we just need these three properties, and press enter. This pops in the details I need. Now, this is a pretty commonly used feature, as I said, because when you're first exploring your query that you want to use within your app, you have to modify it and kind of play with it a little bit, and this comes in handy there. Okay, so the next feature I want to show is Autocomplete. There's this feature called Autocomplete where we suggest some schemas and classes and properties when you're filling out your query. So let's do select star from, if I start typing BIS, it gives me the suggestions for the schemas. So in this case, let's go with BIS core dot, let's say I want the geometric element 3D. So you see that I get suggestions based on what those classes could be that are within the schema. So in this case, let's go with that and press enter, and that gives us our result. Now let's say I want to share this result. How would I do that? There are two features for that. One is I can copy the link. So there's link to query. I can copy that and send this direct link to somebody. And that person needs to be added to this iModel to get access, of course. But once they do. Let's get rid of this. It pops up our project, pops it open, runs the query, and gives us the result back. Another way to share is to export a CSV file. So I can do that. Can take a moment because we have a lot of data in this case. And we get our CSV file right here. And that sums up all the features of the console that I wanted to show. The only other thing is, how would you pop open the Schema Explorer? So we go to the top right, there's this dial that you click on, and then there's Schema Explorer right here. And then I can pop it open. Keep in mind that that's the only way you can get to the Schema Explorer, because first you need to open an iModel. The Schema Explorer shows the schemas that are within a given iModel, and it's going to be different for each iModel based on the data that was pushed into it. So this pops open our Schema Explorer, and you'll see our list of schemas here. We already saw the search feature in the Schema Explorer where you can search for properties. The only other thing that I want to point out here is that you have the ability to hide schemas if you want to look at more specific hierarchy breakdown. So that's something, and it hides the classes within that schema as well. So that sums up some of the features of the tools we have for exploring our digital twin data.